Before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know that my merch shop is now open. I have shirts, hats, stickers, and I'm still adding stuff. So if there's anything you'd like to see in my merch shop, please let me know. And if you see anything you like, the link will be in the description. Howdy Simmers. So let's talk about Behind the Sims. For those who don't know, Behind the Sims are these pre-recorded live streams where the Sim team talks about and shows footage from the early development of new Sims 4 content. In the most recent one, they showed some of the early testing of the horses that are coming with the new expansion pack, and prior to that, they showed the development of the Infants update. They also go over some new content that's coming to The Sims Freeplay and The Sims Mobile, and they update us on what they've been working on with Project Rene. Truthfully, I'm not a big fan of the Behind the Sims events, but I think it's just because I'm still recovering from the Behind the Sims Summit event. The Behind the Sims Summit event was basically the kickoff of this Behind the Sims series. The event was back in October, and while it did give us some useful information such as the teasing of the infant update and our very first look at the making of Project Rene, it was also just a half hour of complete nonsense. So there were choreographed dance routines, there was a whole segment on You Make the Sims, and also Kelsey and Peachy K interviewing people on the streets. Now, we've only had a couple of these Behind the Sims streams, but they have been getting shorter and shorter. So like the last one that we had was only 20 minutes, and then this one is only 15.5 minutes. So I don't have a lot of hope for the next one, honestly. There's just not a lot of information being given in these, and that's the main reason I'm really not for these events. But I will stop my rant now and actually get into this video. So let's start off with Mercy. I love her as a host. I know that these events are scripted, but she just seems like a very energetic and bubbly person in real life. And I would love to meet her at some time. I love that they made her the host of these because I feel like she fits the vibe perfectly. And even though these are shorter events, I definitely feel like she makes it entertaining and not so blah. And she also kind of helps us survive the 15 minutes of chaos. For their segment over The Sims 4, they showed off their early development of the Sims 4 horses that are coming with the Sims 4 Horse Ranch, and they showed off what these horses could potentially look like in Create a Sim, because horses can be part of your actual household in the game, and you can take them into Create a Sim like you can with cats and dogs and customize everything from their color to their pattern to their breed, because I believe there are over 30 breeds in this pack, which is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting to customize horses, and you can also pick a lot of their hairstyles too, so it's like even more customization. But it's really exciting, and I loved getting to see kind of what the UI for this would look like and seeing what all we can actually do with the horses. We also got to take a look at what traits are coming with these horses. So they have aggressive, brave, defiant, energetic, fearful, free spirit, friendly, independent, intelligent, mellow, and needy. So we're getting 11 traits potentially with the horses. This part of the stream actually made me laugh out loud because I was not expecting it. I love when they show off some of these like weird technical glitches that they had in the development process. We had it with the infants as well, where you would see the infants like stretch while in Create a Sim, among several other bugs that they were dealing with. And I don't know exactly what happened here, but it looks like the horse is walking on two legs, kind of like how normal Sims walk. And so this was really funny to see, and I'm really happy that they showed this because it was a good laugh. So I really loved it. They also went over what it would look like as you progress through the riding skill that's coming with this next expansion. Sims who are just starting out are going to be very awkward looking when trying to ride a horse, and the horses are kind of gonna show off that, you know, it's kind of the rider's first time. It's going to be very awkward, and I am here for it, but of course we will see the progression as their skill increases, how they get better, and how they kind of build a closer relationship with their horse that allows them to be probably more steady on these horses and a little bit less wobbly, as I'm gonna put it. Kids can ride horses as well, and one of the coolest features I think that they showed off is that Sims can still interact with each other while they're riding horses, and the horses can interact with each other whether or not they are being ridden at that time. So lots of interactions available whether they are occupied or not. And I think that'll be really fun to see in actual gameplay, and it's just such a cool feature, and I'm glad that they showed that off now, because that definitely gets me a little bit more excited for horses, knowing that they can still interact with each other even if something else is going on. And then we got to meet Joanna, who was the production director on The Sims 4 Horse Ranch, and she actually grew up in Kentucky, which is not very far from where I'm at, and she grew up with horses, and so I'm really happy that she got to take the lead on this pack and put in a lot of input, make sure that horses were done right. I've never been a horse person myself, and I don't really know a lot about them. But I'm glad that it seems like a lot of thought and care was put into this pack, and I'm excited to check it out. I think something that's really cool is that the team actually got to go to a local equestrian center to bond with real life horses and kind of see what they're like in real life to basically base their stuff around. They did real life research. And I don't think I've seen this with any other pack that they've ever done. I don't think I've seen any pictures of them going to places that they've based any worlds around. But I would really like to see that in the future, them going to do more real life researching stuff where they actually get to go to the places that they're trying to learn about. And I think that would be a lot of fun for both them and us to just kind of see that they are actually like trying to make this kind of realistic, because it is a life sim. And as much as it is a Sims and there has to be chaos, I feel like a lot of the time the realism just kind of escapes. So I am very happy to see that they are kind of taking this pack a little bit seriously and doing some real life research, and I feel like this would have been a very fun trip for them. When asked about what her favorite features are from the pack, Joanna said everything that we already knew was coming with this pack based off of the reveal trailer, but we are getting some more information when the gameplay trailer drops on July 6th. So keep an eye on that, because I will make a video when that comes out. The next thing that went over were the results from the kit voting. Back in May, The Sims had the community vote between two different themes for a future Create a Sim kit and also a future build kit. So for the Create a Sim kit, we had to pick between Rainbow Core style and goth fashion, and then for the build kit, we had to pick between medieval castle and high-tech futurism. I personally voted for goth fashion and high-tech futurism, but the winners were goth fashion and medieval castle. I got one of the things I was really wanting. The other one, it's fine. I'm still probably gonna get it even if I don't really build castles. I may in the future, who knows. And then we got to the unnecessary part of Behind the Sims. They had a whole segment going over the lore of the Caliente family, which is a notorious family from The Sims 2. And their primary focus was about Katrina Caliente, who is Nina and Dina's mother in The Sims 4, but is not the mother in previous Sims games. And so they kind of created some lore for this of who Katrina is, how she is their mom. And I'm hoping that this hints to a lore update that they're supposedly going to do at some point, because the townie refreshes were not just supposed to be about appearances, but also lore. So they kind of created their own lore, but we don't actually know if it's going to be implemented into the game, or if it's just some kind of way to appease the community and who Katrina is, but it's not really necessary unless they're going to implement it into the game somehow. Otherwise, it's just words. And if you're curious about what their explanation is for Katrina, cloning. They did go over some new content that's coming for The Sims Mobile and The Sims Replay as well, but I am not the person to come to for that information because I don't play either of those games, so sorry. And then moving on to the last part of the stream, which is where they talked about Project Rene. Project Rene has been described as the next generation of The Sims, so it is our potential The Sims 5. In the past, they've shown us a little bit how build and buy might work, and now they've been showing off kind of the animation process depending on different moods. And they also kind of gave us this idea of how Sims would maybe move around in the game, where they'd all be going, what they'd be doing. And they definitely did this with this kind of like Among Us style, which I think is really, really funny. They also showed off their exploration of hair color customization. So you could make like a ombre kind of hairstyle using various colors, and you can put it as low as you want on the hair or as high up as you want. So it allows for a lot of customization, and I really hope that that is a feature that they implement into the game. But that's really all the big stuff that they showed in terms of where the game is at. Obviously, Project Rene is still years away from being a thing, because it is still in really early development, so I'm not expecting this to come out until at least 2026. But that is everything from the stream. So I'll link the original stream in the description for you guys if you want to watch the whole thing and find out about what comes with the Sims Replay and Sims Mobile, because that's not my thing. But let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this Behind the Sims stream. Are you even more hyped for the pack now that you got a little bit more information over it and got to see a little bit of the development side of things? Are you excited for Project Rene still, knowing that there's a little bit more information out there now? And yeah, how are you guys feeling about the whole lore thing with Katrina Caliente? Because I'm still unsure about it, But yeah, just let me know all the things, and with that, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss anything. Be sure to follow my socials, links are below. I'll see y'all soon. Bye!